What is going on, everyone? It's Brody back again to answer another tennis question. Today's tennis topic is going to be about probably two of the most prominent tennis rackets in today's game. That's going to be the Babla Pure Aero and the Babla Pure Drive. So we'll talk about what's going on with each one, what you need to look out for, what you need to look for if you're thinking about going and switching to one of these rackets, or if you're using one of them. So let's dive right into it. So we'll start off with the Babla Pure Drive because that's probably going to be the one that's most known because of how well-rounded that racket is. The Babla Pure Drive has immense and great access to power because it is a more stiff racket, but the way that the frame is designed, it's a little bit more rounded and it's just designed to be a bit more stable and sturdy compared to the Pure Aero. So the Babla Pure Drive is there to make sure that the stiffness of it, you have a lot of power and it's designed to be a good all-around type racket. It does power really great. It does everything else pretty good. So that's one of the main draws to the Pure Drive, is that it's so flexible in the way that it can be used that you can really adjust it and translate it to whatever you need in your game. Because the Babla Pure Drive comes in all different shapes and sizes. They got bigger head sizes, they got longer length rackets, they even have different weights for almost any type of player that is needed and wants to use this type of racket. Now, I will say with the Babla Pure Drive, more so than the Babla Pure Aero, you will want to watch out for this racket if you have had arm issues or problems with tennis elbow in the past, because the racket is very stiff. You get access to that power, however, you get that because the racket is stiff, as well as the way that the racket is designed. Because the racket is so stiff, you're going to be getting a lot more shock and vibration back into your arm. So it could cause tennis elbow or any arm problems that you've had, whether you've had surgery or anything like that, to flare up again, and we don't want to do that. Now, there are different ways you could potentially get around this, being the strings that you use and what the grip and everything, but overall, the Pure Drive is a pretty stiff frame, and that's where you're going to get more of that power that you're looking for out of the racket. So the Pure Drive, it's a great all-around type racket if you're looking to get into the sport, or if you're transitioning and you want something to just have a lot more power with it. The Pure Drive is probably a good place to start looking, as well as to see what else is out there and what that style of racket actually feels like. Now on the other side, the Pure Aero is the spin monster. As endorsed by Rafa Nadal, we all know how much spin that man is able to produce with a tennis racket, and the Pure Aero is there helping him every step of the way. So the Pure Aero is designed to be that spin racket, like I said, cuts through the air even more so to help with the spin. That's because the way that they designed the racket, the throat of it is more aerodynamic than almost any other racket out there. So that's where the Pure Aero gets its edge over the Pure Drive. Pure Aero is not going to be as powerful because it's not designed to be. It's designed to give you the spin. Now, people can use that spin to become more powerful and keep their shots in more, but that comes down more to technique, the string you're using, and the tension, everything else. So with that being said, Pure Aero, really spin friendly. It's not as hard on your arm as the Pure Drive is going to be. It is still a pretty stiff racket because it's a Babla racket. Almost every single Babla racket is going to be stiffer than most of their counterparts in other brands. So that is something to be aware of. But the Pure Aero, great spin racket. It is real. I will say that I had enjoyed previous versions of it before. I had used the 2015 version of it, and I had liked that one. It was a little bit stiffer than it is now, but for me, that one felt right. And then the 2018 version of it, I tried it, and I was like, yeah, I can see where it's going, but it just got a little bit too soft for me. I know that's weird saying about a Babla racket, but for me personally, that's what I felt about it. And then the newest one that they have released, I did get to try the Pure Aero Rafa as of recently. That one was pretty fun. Now that one's a little bit different because it's a heavier racket compared to the regular Pure Aero, but it's still a lot of the same playability. So with that one actually felt pretty good to me. So I was like, okay, the Pure Aero is starting to get back to what I felt I liked. And that's where it comes, and that's where the beauty of tennis comes in. The game is ever evolving, ever changing. So you really have to look and see and demo the rackets to find out what you actually do like. There's no one right or wrong answer here. It's all based off what you personally want. So as I say, whenever I am talking about rackets and I'm saying these ones would be good or nice to know about, please go out and demo them first. Do not ever just go buy a racket just to buy a racket. And you're like, I saw someone use that one, I want that one. No. Try it out first. See if it even matches your play style, because if it doesn't and you buy the racket, you use it, you're out of luck. You don't get to return that. No, you just wasted probably over $200, and now you have a racket you don't like, which could be potentially causing you arm problems, and then even more medical bills that you don't want to pay for. So with that being said, the Pure Drive, great all-around type racket, extremely useful for power and just playing at all areas of the court. Pure Aero, really great spin. That's the main point of this racket, is to get that spin, launch it up, bring it down so your opponent can't handle it, just like Rafa Nadal. So with that being said, if you like the video, leave a like on it. Comment down below if you have any more questions about the Babla Pure Aero or the Pure Drive. Subscribe to the channel so that we can get this channel out there and share the message from the people who have the information to the people who need the information. I saw a lot of tennis misinformation going around in the tennis community, so I took it upon myself to make this channel so that we can get rid of that. So with all of that being said, like the video, comment down below, subscribe, share this video with a friend so that they can see a quick glance at what it's like to compare the Pure Aero versus the Pure Drive. And as always, take care.